How you got them is how you'll lose them. Hey, loves. This is your girl, Sassy, back with another episode of Sassy Speaks. Yep, I'm late again. It is August. Happy August. And this month, we're going to go back to our random topic. And last week I told you that I will have a special surprise. The myth, the legend, my baby, my husband B.
What's up?
He's a man of few words. But he will be our guest on this episode. And this was actually his topic. So we're going to get into it and see if we're going to be friends after this. What you think?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So now let's get started. So remember, this is just a conversation. Nobody has to agree. We're simply sharing perspectives and encouraging a healthy discussion. So today's question: can a side chick become the main chick? Can a relationship that begins with cheating actually become healthy? Or is it already damaged from the start? So let's talk about it. Setting the stage. Let's define what we're talking about. Today, we're talking about someone who knows the person they're involved with is already in a committed relationship and chooses to continue anyway. We're not talking about someone who honestly didn't know. That's a completely different conversation, right, babe?
Yes, ma'am.
So, babe, when you hear this question, what's the very first thing that comes to mind? Do you think that most men who cheat are actually planning on leaving? Or are they just trying to have both?
9 out of 10, they're trying to have both.
Have their cake and eat it too?
Have the cake and eat it too.
What do you think so many people stay in affairs for years?
Why do they stay in affairs?
Why?
Maybe because they're getting one thing from one person and that they couldn't get from the other person. So, combine the two together to make one person.
Isn't that like against the 80-20?
It's definitely against the 80-20. But, some people don't look at it 80-20. They just look for love or what they need at the time.
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Isn't that how that song goes?
I guess. I hope not. But, okay.
All right. I think people often confuse attention with love. Just because someone chooses you doesn't automatically mean they're choosing commitment. Sometimes they're just choosing convenience. So let's talk about, why do people cheat? Everybody asks, if they are unhappy, why didn't they just leave? So from a man's perspective, why do you think that happened?
Well, most of the time it happened because some people looking for a relationship, but they also looking for excitement. So if it ain't no excitement in the relationship, then they got to go to other means of getting it. And that's maybe a side chick or another female to compensate for what he's not getting.
Okay. So can someone genuinely love their spouse and still cheat?
Yeah, I think they can, because,
Say what?
yeah, they can still love their spouse and cheat, but that don't mean that they're in love with their spouse if they're cheating. You know what I mean?
Oh, so
So
they
you can
can
still
love
have
their
love,
spouse,
yeah,
but
but
they're not in love with it.
yeah, if they in love with them, then, they wouldn't do it to begin with. Or either just break it off and then just move on.
Okay. I think you've already answered this question, but is cheating usually about missing something in a relationship or something missing inside the person?
It could be a little bit of both. It might be something that they missing within themselves, or something that they just feel they need. You know what I mean? Or maybe they're not getting enough sex at home. Maybe they feel like they can get it free over here. But
Hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know. It could be a lot of the things. Some people just look for companionship. and somebody to talk to, and they don't feel like they can talk to their wife, which they should be able to.
Okay, so I think the question is important because a lot of people assume cheating automatically means there is no love. Sometimes it says more about the person's character or emotional maturity than it does about the relationship itself.
Yeah, you're right. But if the relationship start damage, then what you expect?
Okay, so the $1,000,000 question. Let's answer today's question. Can a side chick become the wife?
They can, but in my point, no,
Okay, would you marry someone you cheated with?
no. Not if I already got somebody, no. If they got somebody, then no.
Wait a minute, what? What you mean if they already got somebody?
Because that means they make me the cheater. I'm the side piece then.
So if you're the side piece, you'll marry somebody that had you as a side piece.
No. Because the boundaries weren't there to begin with.
Because somebody cheated either way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So the answer is no.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Could you ever completely trust that person?
No. Because the line was crossed before it even started.
Okay. If they were willing to help hide a relationship, would that ever stay in the back of your mind?
Of course. Because they didn't have no respect for boundaries to begin with. So how I'm going to trust them if they never had boundaries to begin with? I'm going to make them have boundaries now? No.
No.
Who raised them?
No, but like I always say the people get into these situations because they always be like, oh, well, he ain't gonna cheat on me because of who I am, or I'm better than what his wife is, so he's not gonna cheat on me
Well,
and I can change him.
I bet you his wife said the same thing too. He
Ooh,
didn't expect that the side piece was going to take up 30% of his time.
30%.
Can't get all the time, you know what I'm talking about?
I know. I absolutely believe that people can change, but trust doesn't magically reset because a relationship becomes official. If you build on a broken foundation, what's going to happen?
It's going to fail
Exactly.
9 out of 10 times.
All right, the trust test. Let's be honest. If your relationship started through cheating, do you think insecurity becomes unavoidable?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Because again, like I would say, if you cheated with me, you will cheat on me. If I'm the side chick and I become the main chick, then the side chick position is open and ready to be filled. If your spouse suddenly starts working late, would your mind automatically go there?
Not if it was built on straight trust from the beginning with, but if it was tainted by, we creeping and carrying on, then no, not at all.
Well, no, what I'm asking is like, okay, you know my work schedule. I know your work schedule.
Mm,
We know what we do, and we know that it's very rarely that we have to work past our quitting time. So if I just all of a sudden now have to work 3, 4 hours later, and let's say this, okay, let's take it out of us because we're not cheating.
mm,
Let's say if I was your side chick, right, and I became the main chick. Now,
which would never happen, but
right,
okay,
right.
yeah.
But I'm just hypothetically. But if that was the case, and again, you know my schedule, I know your schedule, then all of a sudden I have to start working 4, 5, 6 hours late, working on the weekends, going to conferences and all that stuff. And you know that wasn't an issue before. Would you automatically feel like, oh, she's cheating?
Absolutely, 100%. Because it was already
Because you
like
know
that
what she
from the,
did for you
yeah,
with you.
exactly.
Yeah, I get it. So is that fair or is it simply a consequence of how the relationship started?
It's a consequence of how the relationship started. Because see, if I was the side dude, right? It's
Hmm.
just hypothetical. If I was a female side dude, and then we I'm a side dude, let's say a year,
Hmm.
but then she breaks up with her husband, or they get divorced, or on the verge of getting divorced, and then they say, well, look, we can be together now. I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm a great side dude. So I'm not gonna be paying for your bills and putting gas in your car and all that when you was my side chick. One thing I used to do is come over and see you late night or, you know,
So just a
come
booty
get
call.
money from you. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
wait a minute. You can get money from her, but she can't get none from you?
No, I ain't saying she can't get. I'm just saying
You're not paying
I'm
real
not going to
bills.
do the husband
Okay.
job for him. I'm gonna stay the side piece. I'm gonna tell you like, look, kick rocks. I can't be the side piece. I'm chilling.
But you know, a lot of people are comfortable being side because they don't want a relationship, the responsibility of a full relationship.
Of course,
Like, I want to deal with you when I want to, but then I want to go home.
that's right. But then you can't really ask me no question where I was, where I been, because you not that main chick.
Hmm.
I ain't gotta tell you nothing. I can just tell you I'm going to the moon or something. You'll be like, all right, just be safe. You know what I'm talking about?
Be safe going to the moon.
Yeah, just be safe and just get back when you can. So
Okay. Accountability. One thing that has always bothered me. Why does society usually blame the other woman more than the man?
that's a good question. But, you probably feel like a man gonna be a man, but the female is different because they just look like a bust down after they do it. They just a man do it, they just gonna say a man being a man.
But that's not fair, right?
Life ain't fair. It ain't fair to be a side chick or a side dude. You know what I mean? If everybody kept it 100, it wouldn't be that problem.
So who's more responsible, the married person or the person they cheated with?
Oh, the married person. Both of them need accountability. But if you're married, you have a responsibility to your wife or your husband. The side piece don't owe the wife nothing, or the husband nothing. They don't owe no explanation. They ain't in a relationship. They don't even know each other most of the time.
Ooh, but what if they do?
But if they do, it's even worse.
I agree.
But if he know about them, but then that's why I say that's where the boundaries come in. If the boundaries was crossed at the beginning, then they're gonna constantly be crossed.
Hmm. So can both people be equally responsible?
Yeah, because it depends. Well, like I say, if it's the husband who's cheating on his wife, he ain't no good. He made a commitment under God, and he's breaking that vow. Then the female, she ain't no good because she know that he breaking the vow, but she still want to be with this man. Come on, like this man gonna end up being your man, and then gonna expect only thing he gonna do is go out and get another side chick. Maybe an order fries, apple pie. She ain't gonna be the me.
Secret lovers. Yeah, that's what we are.
But then, would you really want to be a secret? Like that's crazy. You can't even go out in public like you want to. You got to go through the back door at night. You know,
What is that? Tiptoeing through the back door.
yeah, man, that's crazy. I feel some type of way if I be like, they call me like, just come to the house at 4 o'clock in the morning, but you got to come through the
Come
back
through the
door.
back and wear all black.
Yeah, climb through the window or something like.
And wear all black.
Man,
Oh
you got
my
to be
God.
kidding.
Well, some people, it's that good, I guess. I don't
No, but
know.
see, it start off like that, but it eventually gonna get bored because you're gonna realize that she ain't worth nothing. Oh, he ain't worth nothing. You know what I mean?
And then at some point, somebody's catching feelings, even if it's just supposed to be like a jump off. Somebody's catching feelings and somebody's going to want more.
Mm-hmm. And then that's when it comes tumbling down. Because when that happens, that's when the female go to getting on Facebook, finding your wife, telling her what happened, telling them, where they been going, how long they been talking. But see, a
Sending
man ain't gonna do it.
screenshots and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, a man
I
ain't gonna
don't
do it.
know. I've seen situations where men, what they say is nothing worse than a scorned woman than a scorned man.
I don't know. That's sucker stuff to me,
I
man.
mean, I agree, but it could happen.
But if a dude have a side chick, that could be a side chick forever, pretty much, because no matter what happens, 9 out of 10, the dude ain't gonna catch feelings enough to go tell the dude husband because they in a great position. But with a female, when they feel like they done got played or realization that they not gonna be able to be that chick, then only thing she got to do is try to move out the obstacle, which is the main chick, to try to get in a position where she can be at. But that ain't gonna happen, because if the dude ain't want to leave his main chick or his wife to begin with, he ain't gonna leave her.
Yeah.
She'll have to leave him.
Right. Okay. All right. So let's move to scenario time. So, babe, I'm going to give you a few situations, and I want your honest, unfiltered opinion.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
No overthinking. Just tell us what you think.
You really think I overthink?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I know.
And I just want to know what you would do. So don't be going all over. So let's do it. Scenario number 1. He finally left. A man has been cheating on his wife for 3 years. Eventually, he leaves his wife and marries the woman he was having an affair with. 5 years later, they're still happily married. Did they prove everyone wrong, or do you think they just happened to beat the odds?
Well, they just probably just happened to beat the odds, and maybe that was his soulmate eventually, but that don't always happen like that. You know what I mean? It don't always end like that.
Okay. Do you think how a relationship starts matters if the couple ends up happy?
Absolutely.
I agree. Because again, if it's built on a broken foundation,
Mm-hmm.
it won't last.
That's right. If it's built on lies and deceiving, it's gonna stay like that.
All right. Number 2, the promotion. A woman knowingly dates a married man. He keeps telling her, I'm leaving my wife, just give me time. 2 years later, he finally leaves his wife and chooses her. She feels like she won. Or should she be wondering if she'll eventually be in the wife's shoes?
9 out of 10, she gonna be in the white shoes. It might not be a year, it could be 2 years, might be 5 years, but eventually she gonna be in that same predicament.
Mhm.
Because you feel like if she accepted it, then she accepted it again.
Mm. And again, that side chick position comes up.
That's right. Now she's moved up to, I don't know, maybe some dirty rice now. I know, I'm thinking about food. You gotta excuse me.
All right, the double standard. A married man cheats. Everyone blames the side chick. A woman cheats. Everyone blames the married woman. Why do you think people tend to judge these situations differently?
That's a good question. I think they equally should be judged like that, but a woman is always judged more because just how it is. You like I say, a woman just look like a bust down or just a beat me bag per se.
What?
It's cause they figure that it got to be a reason because a female think with they emotion. You know what I mean?
Yes, women cheat emotionally and men cheat physically.
Yeah,
That's what they say, but I don't know if that's true these days.
yeah.
Yeah. So who deserves the greater responsibility? The person who broke their commitment or the person who knowingly participates?
I think both though,
Both of them.
because you both know that you're crossing the line. So you keep doing it, you're a habitual line crosser. So it's both of them know they wrong. So if you're wrong, you're wrong. And there ain't no right about it if you're wrong.
Okay. And I'm absolutely not taking out the bag beater.
I ain't say bad, I say beat me bad.
Beat me back.
I'm just saying, that's I'm trying to keep it clean. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. That is hilarious. Okay, the best friend. Your best friend comes to you and says, I've been seeing a married woman for over a year, and she's finally leaving her husband for me. What is your first piece of advice?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. That's the wrong move, man.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
So, would you congratulate him or would you
No,
warn him?
I wouldn't congratulate him. That means I'm condoning it. And I don't condone stuff like that.
This is why I love you.
I don't condone stuff like that.
And you know who I'm thinking about, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But
We ain't gonna call no names.
yeah, I wouldn't condone that.
Okay. Trust me. You're dating someone who admits they cheated in their last relationship. They tell you, I'm not that person anymore. Do you give them a clean slate or do you always keep one eye on them?
Now, that depends on the female situation. Now, if it was in a situation where she couldn't leave, she getting abused or whatever, but she trying to get away and trying to move on, that's different. Now, if they just going through natural problems and, I wouldn't say petty problems, but just marriage problems. You know what I mean? Like arguments over money or whatever, whatever. And she just want to keep him and keep you. No, no. It all depends on circumstance, but I do think
You think she's
some people
getting
can change.
cheat? Should she be cheating?
No, I'm just saying it got to be a reason. Like it's a reason you cheat for everything.
Mm.
I don't think nobody just cheat for no reason. You know what I mean? Not just for no reason. There's always a reason for everything.
So even back in the day where it was normal for like Papa to have multiple women, like he had his wife, but at that point side chicks knew where to be. And these
Yeah,
these
side chicks
days,
knew they play. Like,
right.
you know,
And I think these days the side chicks want everything that the
but see,
wife gets.
you got to understand, so back in the day, though, being a side chick was frowned upon, so you wouldn't even bring that to the forefront.
That's
So,
why you kept it in the shadows.
yeah, because you would look like a Jezebel, just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? But now these days, it's glorified to be the side chick, as long as you getting money or whatever, purses or whatever from them. So it's glorified now, so it's like, they feel like that's the thing to be, and it's acceptable now. And that's why they just run with it, because everybody accepts it. They don't care, man.
Mhm. Let's flip the script. A wife has an affair. She leaves her husband and marries the man she cheated with. Do people judge her more harshly than they judge the men in the same situation? And why do you think that is?
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to judge her different because they don't feel like it been going on way before they was married. You know what I'm saying? He been in the picture way before. They going to look at her like she a bust down. You know what I mean? Or just a female dog person. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get around, man.
Yeah. All right. Last one. No thinking, just answer. Finish this sentence. The biggest mistake people make when they become the side piece is.
Trying to be the main chick. That they have a chance on being the main chick.
Mm,
Which
mm-mm.
that ain't going to happen, Cat.
Not with you, but it will.
I don't know, man. Because if they do, it's no. 9 out of 10 from a man point of view. A main chick, you know. Now it happens. I have seen it happen, but it still don't work out in the long run.
Hmm.
Because we're based on the lie from the get go.
Yeah. All right, that's a good one. So for me, I think the biggest mistake is believing that becoming the chosen one automatically means becoming the trusted one. And those are two completely different things. Just because someone chooses you doesn't mean that the trust issues disappear, the guilt disappears, or the patterns disappear. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And that's what makes this conversation so complicated. I was scrolling last night on TikTok and I came across a lady and she's a poet. And she said, don't choose me if I am an option. Meaning, if you have to think about wanting to choose me, then choose the other person.
That's right. I feel
Right?
that you're right.
Right. Because I want to be the one that you know is where you want to be.
Exactly. Because why wouldn't you be? That's just like saying if you talking to this guy and he like you, but he got another chick that he really digging, but then she be like, no, she back out of it or she don't want to be with him, but then he say, well, I guess I'll just settle for you. You know what I'm saying? Then when somebody else come along, he gonna stop messing with you to get closer to what he really was looking for to get though.
I'm talking about the choose me option, not the
Mm-hmm.
cheat thing. But like when we first started, you know how we say we weren't looking for
Yeah.
anything because of the situations that we were in or coming out of. However, you knew when you knew.
Yeah, exactly.
And because, I mean, you remember you was like, oh, I'm never getting married. And, you know, You are so stubborn in your ways.
I'm still is though.
You are, but you've come a long way.
Yeah.
But when the time came, you didn't hesitate because you knew.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, men know, and I believe men know, and it's not even a sense of like that might have been it at the time, but then if somebody comes around and they feel like, oh, this might be the one, but you still married, like, is that really the one? Yeah,
Men absolutely know.
yeah.
Men really know. And you the side piece. You just ask them one day, when you gonna leave your wife? You gonna be like, you're a fool. I ain't leaving my wife. Not for you. No.
Because she's the wife, right?
Yeah, make them crash out just like that.
All right. So now we're gonna go to rapid fire. No explanations, just yes or no. Ready?
Right.
So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Would you forgive cheating?
No.
Would you forget it?
Yeah.
What do you mean you would forget it?
Hey, didn't you just
Okay,
say
you
no
were. Sorry.
explanation?
Yes, sir. Would you tell someone they were being cheated on?
Would I tell somebody they've been cheating on?
Yeah.
Like, who?
One of your homeboys you knew was being cheated on, would you tell them?
Yeah, if he my homeboy, I'm gonna tell him.
Can emotional cheating hurt worse than physical cheating?
I think emotional cheating hurts worse than physical cheating.
I agree. Should someone ever take back a serial cheater?
No. Unless that's what you're into.
That's your kink.
Yeah.
Can can trust ever be exactly the same?
For me, no. But for some people, yeah.
Before we wrap it up, one last question for you. If your son came to you and said, I'm dating a woman who is involved with someone else when we met, what advice would you give him?
I'll tell him he better than that. There's too many women in the world to be worried about one female, and she already see him. I let him know he bigger than that. He can do his own thing and get who he want. He can be chose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
My son fly, man.
That's my baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now is the segment where I give my unsolicited opinion, and you can feel free to chime in whenever you feel the need. So lock loaded, let's go. I am too jealous of a woman
Yes, you are.
to either be a side piece or have my man cheating. And I always say, and y'all know I've said this to y'all before, like I keep be busy and I stress them out.
All the time.
So when do you have time if that was the case, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that we have built a wonderful relationship and trust, right? I mean, we've had our issues, of course. However, I just think that I'd rather you leave than cheat.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'd rather leave than cheat anyway.
And I'd rather someone be honest with me. Because, I mean, I've been cheated on, have I cheated?
If you got to ask yourself, have you cheated?
I
You probably
mean,
did.
no, in the past, baby.
No, I'm talking about, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm just saying, I was just trying to run through. But
You ain't cheated recently because you talking on the podcast right now. So,
I just don't believe that it's worth it. And I just feel like we've built, and I'm just saying in general, like when you've built something so good that you want to keep it, it's not worth it, you know?
Mm.
And I'm tired. So, you know how much energy it takes, and y'all know how I feel about saving my energy. You know how much energy it takes to deal with two people at the same time.
Lord knows.
And honestly, if I was a side chick, there's no way that I would want to become the main chick because again, that side chick position is coming open. And I just don't think that in this day and time, it's a smart decision because people are killing people over this kind of situations. And I ain't trying to get taken out because somebody wants my man. You know,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me. And if I'm building a life with someone, evidently that's where I want to be. So why am I going to be looking elsewhere for what I can get at home. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just saying, but look, okay, I'm gonna leave with this. So all the females that's a side chick that want to be the main chick, you got to understand, once you become that main chick,
The main
he need,
trick.
well, if you want to put it like that, you got to understand that when he met you, he had two positions. He's not going to just cut that one position just for you. He's still going to have two positions open. So even though you think you the main chick, he still got to have a side chick. Because that's the position that you was in, so he got to fill it.
Yeah, cheating gonna cheat. That's what they want to do.
That's it.
All right, today's conversation wasn't about labeling people as good or bad. It was about asking whether trust, accountability, and real change can overcome a relationship that began in betrayal. Some people believe the past doesn't define the future. Others believe the way a relationship began shapes everything that follows. Where do you stand? Can a side chick become a main chick and build a healthy relationship? Or is the trust too difficult to rebuild? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear your perspectives. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to like and share this episode with someone who loves a good relationship debate. So I want to say thank you, babe, for being a part of the episode. Would you come back?
Well, I'm here every day, so. But will I get back on? I don't know.
Back to the
I just don't like people.
yes.
I don't like people.
Sir, it's me and you talking.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with people? Because they're gonna hear your voice.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like talking to the world.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
myself. But I just gave my opinions,
Well, thank
It's
you.
cool.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. I feel appreciated.
I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week, but I promise you it'll be good. But I guess it'll be just me. So take what serves you, leave what doesn't, protect your peace, and drink your water. Until next time, bye, loves.